Hey everybody, this video is going to be kind of a step back in time because I'm going to be talking about some of the first makeup I ever remember wearing, and some of that stuff, since that time maybe I've repurchased it or I thought it was really good and I continue using it, and there's some stuff that I probably wouldn't use again and some stuff that's been totally discontinued since that time. I'm talking like late 90s, early 2000s, late junior high, early high school for me, when I first really started using makeup. And it just kind of came to me, this idea for a video like this, when someone asked me, what were some of the first products you remember using? And I thought, oh my gosh, there's some of the stuff that I keep using. So I just thought I'd get started and let you know, and if, as you're watching this, if you want to comment and let me know like what some of the first products you remember using are, and if you're young and you're just starting with makeup, then tell me some of the first things you've bought, and I think it'll be fun to see how things change between different age groups and whatnot. But first thing that I remember getting was probably a CoverGirl pressed powder, and the packaging has changed somewhat. Like, this is the new packaging. Not too long ago I picked up one of these newer ones, but it's just the regular clean pressed powder, and if you smell this powder, oh my gosh, that scent, that Noxzema kind of scent really brings back memories. And I don't think it's a bad powder. I mean, I did go and repurchase it and not too long ago, and I actually kind of wanted to see if I noticed much difference then and now, but it seems like the exact same product, just in different packaging. But that was one of the first things I got, and my mom didn't necessarily guide me through a lot of these purchases. I think I just read a lot of magazines and just walked through the drugstore a lot, and also got whatever my friends were probably using around that time as well. And another thing that I remember getting a lot of, which I've since repurchased again, and I do like these, are the CoverGirl Lip Slicks. So many things change in makeup, but some things keep hanging around, and I'm surprised that these are still in the line. These are these, like, basically, I guess the equivalent of like a tinted lip balm, but they're really sheer, so you put it on and you get like a really, light pink, like that. Or this other one is the bronze shade, and for some reason bronze got a yellow tube, which I always thought was funny. But yeah, I have since repurchased these, and I do like them as, kind of shimmery light lip colors. But that was one of the first lip products I think I remember using. Those and these from Wet n Wild. These were like the hot item, I remember, among my fellow junior high and high school students. It was the Wet n Wild Mega Slicks, and these aren't the same ones. None of this stuff is the like original, authentic, same thing I used as a, as a teenager or whatever. But I apparently have gone out and repurchased this. I don't know what this orange one is about. Don't know if I've ever used that, but this one called Bronze Berry. There's another product with a distinctive scent that I can remember. But I mean, I love that lip gloss, and I don't know how many times I repurchased it, but it kind of reminds me of the Jordana Lovely that I talk about a lot, really liking that. But I remember these just, you just went through them nonstop. Everybody wanted them. One thing that my mom did get me into buying was blush, because she thought blush was really important. And the CoverGirl Cheekers blush, there was a shade called Pretty Peach. That's not what this one is that I'm holding up, but that was like the first blush I got, because that was the one Mom used, and she said that that was a universally good color for everybody. This one is Rose Silk, but these kinds of blushes, something I continue to use to this day. I really do like the CoverGirl Cheekers blush. So another lip product that you just couldn't be without in junior high or high school was the lip smackers. I mean, everybody had these, and you had them in your pocket. In my school anyway, it was like, you had them not just in your, in your binder or like in your bag or something like that. Like, you carried these everywhere, and everybody was constantly putting them on. And so, I sometimes use the Dr. Pepper one. These, I guess I've somewhat recently purchased these because I know I haven't had them since high school, but I love the lip smackers. I still like them. The scents, definitely, it's another one of those things like the scent recognition. You smell it and it takes you back to that time. Another thing, one of the first eyeliners that I remember using was the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus, and I've since, like, just recently, this went off my radar then again for a long time, hadn't used it much at all, and then like just recently purchased it again and realized how much I really liked it. But it's the liner that doesn't require a sharpener, so you can just put it on, and then it's got like the smudger tip, so you can like totally smudge it out. And this is a really good liner. It's really creamy. It glides on really well. It's not the ultimate longest wearing, but something I still really do like. So that's another CoverGirl thing. I used a lot of CoverGirl. And oh, back to Bonnie Bell, the lip lights. These were big in high school, I remember. And this one, I mean, I recently purchased that one. I like this for like a really light center of the lip highlight, but these always had like smells like cappuccino was one of them, and just like a lot of neutral kind of soft colors, and I remember like all my friends having those. What about Jane makeup? Oh my gosh, like Jane had those lipsticks, and hopefully I can describe this, but there was like a little lever on the side, and like you only needed one hand to open it. It was like, you know, your lipstick's here, for example, and you pull down this little lever, and a little like trap door opens, and the lipstick comes up, and like you only needed one hand to open it, and then you can put it on. I loved those, but of course that went bye-bye when Jane went away, and also the eyeshadows, the eye zings. Just before Jane was taken out of my local Walgreens, I remember picking up this. But the eye zings usually came individually in little round packagings, but they were really, really good quality. Like probably at the time, some of the first like really nicely pigmented shadows. And another eyeshadow, probably the first eyeshadow I ever got, was the CoverGirl Shimmering Sands Trio. Don't you love that it's still around? I mean, my first one, I don't think it was probably, I think the formulation of CoverGirl shadows has changed a bit over time, but I think these are probably a little more pigmented, a little more color payoff than they used to be, but basically the same, like, you know, shades and everything. And I told you that nothing I have here is anything I've had since I was in high school, but I did find one thing that I did keep for nostalgic purposes, and I've not used this in ages, but I found this buried in the bottom of like a drawer that I was just kind of storing some stuff in, and I found this really old, had it since early in high school, I'm sure, CoverGirl eyeshadow, and the shade is Sterling Blue. And this would have been something I used when I was in high school, and I used a decent amount of it. I mean, I can see where I've used it. It's, gosh, that's old. But that, I do remember that light blue shadow. That was kind of like, I used that a lot, and I used some blue eyeliner with it. And just as I was thinking about like different things that I didn't still have, or things that have been discontinued, but makeup products that I remember using as a teen, Maybelline Illegal Lengths mascara. I remember that got discontinued, but I love that mascara, and I repurchased and repurchased over and over again. Maybelline had something, I think it was called Express. It was a stick foundation, and I remember buying that and using that one. And also there was one other thing. Okay, CoverGirl Ultimate Finish liquid powder makeup. They still sell this. This is kind of like a rectangular container, and it's like a cream to powder type foundation. And I remember using that like one of the first things I started using, and my skin was like really fine, but that was kind of a lot of coverage. But I think I thought, okay, I've got to put my foundation on now, even if I don't really need it. But that was one of the first things I remember using as well, but I don't have it anymore today. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and if you have any fun makeup memories from when you first started using makeup, feel free to post them below, and post a video response too if you want to do the same video. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.